Pacific Council represents something very important in our society, very important in democracies. That is the effort to educate and to engage our citizens in debate about the great issues of our time.
If you think of the 90s, actually it was in the middle of that expansion of the whole Pacific Rim consciousness, the rise of Japan in the 70s and 80s. I guess China was still a bit of a twinkle in people's eyes, clearly an important country, but not where it is now.
The United States remains a beacon of freedom and opportunity precisely because the American dream has been and must remain open to all. I know that the Pacific Council will continue to support the cause of America's global leadership. We stand up for the rights and opportunities of all people. So it is our responsibility to live up to the legacy left by those who blaze that path before us.
Our next speaker is Antonio Mugica. He is the founder and CEO of SmartMatic Group, the world's largest elections technology company.
Well, thank you very much to the Pacific Council for this invitation. I'm going to talk to you today about the future of voting, which is intimately related to the future of democracy. A report by the Brennan Center stated that in the election in 2018, 41 states in the United States used voting technology that was more than 10 years old. This failure to keep up with technology has led to a lot of confusion and a lot of criticism when it comes to election technology. Some people are even calling for a return to hand-marked paper ballots. That is so wrong. Guaranteeing data integrity with paper ballots is basically impossible. When you use a touchscreen to vote, you are forced to make a distinct choice, making sure that voter intent is crystal clear. Elections, and especially secure elections, require highly complex systems designed around data integrity. Let's be clear. When it comes to elections, digital technologies today offer more security and more reliability than anything that has come before, and especially more than paper ballots. The recommendations, many times misguided, stem from a complete lack of knowledge of what it takes to run an election, how to enfranchise voters, how to give them accessible vote, how to make it private, how to make sure that every vote counts. Their criticism of current election systems is usually compared against perfection, instead of comparing it to the alternative systems that have proven time and again to be vulnerable and extremely unreliable. every case of voter fraud that has been documented has been linked to paper-based elections. From voting to counting to tallying and everything in between, human error and tampering is extremely easy and very common. The weakest type of election is an election that doesn't use technology at any step of the way. We at SmartMatic have been partnering and working hand in hand with election officials across the world, with poll workers, and even with voters themselves. All of them which are very pro-technology, by the way, because they know the real challenges. We're very proud to share that our systems have recorded and counted 4.6 billion votes in 5 continents. Not one of those votes has ever been lost, nor have we ever had one security breach. And we're absolutely sure about this because every one of our elections has been monitored and audited. Different countries have different challenges when it comes to their elections. Here in the US, we had a good start about 15 years ago, but now we're lagging, and we're failing to take advantage of the latest cybersecurity advances. We're even failing to take advantage of things like voter-verified paper audit trails, which we introduced back in 2004. One of the best examples of what is becoming now the future of elections in the United States is here in LA County. Under the visionary leadership of LA County Registrar Dean Logan, you have deployed a completely new system that was just trialed this past weekend. I hope you saw it in the news. There was a first mock election. It was extremely successful. And we believe that technology like this, which is state-of-the-art, will point the way for the rest of the nation. Actually, LA is making this system available as an open source system to the entire country, starting the beginning of next year. So let me be clear about one thing. The security and the reliability that digital technologies offer today for voting are better than anything that has come before, and especially better than hand-marked paper ballots. So let me leave you with one additional message. In the 21st century, technology is advancing at breakneck speed. We know that entire populations are demanding to be more empowered, to be more connected, to have their voices heard. Millennials, Generation Z, are technology natives, and they're becoming more and more important in the political process. So we must all work together to make sure that people are empowered, that they have accessible elections, and they have their fair share of voice. In the 21st century, voting will require a lot more technology, not less. Thank you very much.